Rebuys. So anyone that loses in the first round has the opportunity to rebuy and start again. We have two accomplished, well-known players here. On the left of the player cam from Los Angeles, Ergin Bayrak. Now, he's actually, I believe, an economics prof, some type of prof. I think economics prof at UCLA, as I recall. And Brandon Macklin on the right of your screen is from Baltimore, Maryland. Very accomplished player, more known as a money player, but he's won a couple of tournaments over the last couple of years here. So this should be an entertaining and good match. Ergin on the top of the screen playing the blue checkers. He's on the left of the side of the player cam, and Brandon is on the bottom of the screen playing the white checkers on the right of your player cam. So you can see behind me here with the commentator cam, quite a bit of activity as these first round matches begin. So it's going to be pretty hectic. Everyone is going to be playing here at the moment, so you're going to be stuck with Bill solo commentary here. So first game, they're off and running. Now these are FM Gammon is a board sponsor. They've supplied two of these U.S. Open logoed boards for the streaming, and I believe they go to the winners of the championship and intermediate division. And we're also like to thank we're streaming Stream 1 here with commentary on the Backgammon Galaxy YouTube channel, and Stream 2 is on the Ace Point Backgammon YouTube channel. The second Stream 2 match starting at this time is Jonas Seawald versus Linda Clay. So a couple of good first-round matches. Again, this is a rebuy round, so the winner doesn't play again until tomorrow morning. The loser has the opportunity to rebuy and play another match this afternoon, or if they choose not to rebuy, they would just go into the second chance bracket tomorrow morning. Now, tonight we will have jackpot matches beginning at 9 p.m. There's at 7:30 p.m. tonight, a live stream of Ray Fogerland's lecture in Getting Into the Zone, I believe he calls it. So that'll be a live streamed lecture here at the commentary table, and be a lot of people watching both live here and online. So we're looking forward to that. So here we go. They are proceeding here. 4-2 by Ergin. He's going to want to make that 20-point. Well, he goes to hits. I thought he might make the anchor, but something to be said for the hit. A dance by Brandon. So let's see. Probably a double, maybe a take here. It's Ergin has 3 back, which is kind of a detriment to his side, but he does have. It's likely to make the bar point, his bar point, with either a 7 or a 6 or an ace, and then he'll have one trapped with one in the air. So pretty good pressure cube situation, in my opinion. Put the early burden and decision on to Brandon. So let's see how it's a 15-point match. So it's a long match, and first game. So, different people take different steps. Brandon may want to, he may well consider it a take and take it for that reason. He may, want to establish himself as a taker, kind of, as a style of play here. He lets it go, but he could, take the opportunity. Some people will take early just to kind of influence the evaluation of their play and style of play by their opponent. So anyway, he lets it go. It's 1-0 Ergin. Now, I am going to be following the chat line here, so anyone, Justin Knoll is already in the room and talking. Anyone that wants to make a comment, suggestion, question, critique, or whatever, hear their name mentioned, just feel free to join us in the chat, and I'll be monitoring that as well. Now, as did I, Justin thought that was perhaps a scoop. Brandon, I think sometimes you want to establish a pattern of play early on. Perhaps he didn't want to, take the chance of getting unlucky and going down 4 early on. So it's a lot of psychology and dynamic in backgammon. Oh, Justin says he got the number and position wrong. So. But anyway, I thought maybe it wasn't a scoop, but I thought it was a take. But we shall see. If anyone, as Justin or perhaps others, maybe transcribing or putting in positions or what have you, we certainly appreciate that input and comments and what have you. It's a little distracting for a while. Rory's trying to get all these first round matches going in both divisions, so he's talking on the intercom and I'm hearing it. So need to get Tara to bring me a set of headphones in here. So you can see the commentary table with the streaming TV here for people to view is in the corner of the playing room itself. The streaming room, which you see on the player cam, is adjacent, and there's a pass-through open area there, but it's somewhat independent of the main playing room. So here we go again. Nice set of deuces. And he's going to hit that and then hit on the 9, I suspect. Put the second one in the air. Now, if Ergin doesn't perform, which he doesn't in as good a fashion as he would like, now Brandon has the opportunity to put the cube in play, and he chooses to do so. So it's a very a lot of potential here. He's got 3 builders working on that 5-point, which would give him a nice 5 prime structure with 2 behind and 1 in the air. So similar in certain regards to the position in the first game where Ergin sent Brandon a bit of a volatile cube. This time Brandon gets the punch in first. So again, Ergin's faced with this decision. I think this is, again, my perspective, a bit of more of a drop than the one Brandon let go, and Ergin lets it go. So 1-1. Now we'll be streaming all of the next 4 days, pretty much continuously, dual streams. Stream 1 with commentary is always on the Backgammon Galaxy YouTube channel. Stream 2 will be on the Ace Point Backgammon YouTube channel. So stay tuned. Okay. 4-3. He's going to bring them both down, so he makes a fairly aggressive blitzing style, bringing 2 down. Brandon's able to make his bar, but Ergin's got a lot of ammunition working on the bar point and or the 5-point. 6s is a little strong. He can make the bar point, but he's got 2 more to play, and he obviously can't move the back checkers after Brandon just made the bar point, his bar point. Did you get the other one? They're playing too? Okay, so Tara's joining me here off to the side, but Linda Clay and Jonah Seawald have started their match on Stream 2 as well. $10,000.75 spin. Yeah, we were laughing this morning as it ends up. Hey, Gary Olson, Jay Carnes. Jonah's on a bit of a high. He overnight sometime. He won $10,500 on a slot pool, a 75-cent slot pool, and he won $10,500. So might be his weekend, you know. I laughed. Normally, you know, you don't want to, you know, say somebody just won so much money, you know, maybe it's in a backgammon tournament or a poker game or whatever the hell, you know, for fear of IRS ramifications, this, that, and the other. But Jonah said he had already said he's already gotten a tax form from the casino. So $10,500 on a 75-cent pull on a slot machine. So that's pretty crazy. Okay, so Brandon. Now, this is, you know, again, not unlike the prior game. And like the prior game, Ergin lets it go. Okay, I was saying earlier, you know, Brandon, and I forget the exact, I know he won sunny Florida last, whenever that was, October, perhaps. And seems like he's certainly cashed some since then. You know, again, a very accomplished player. He's really known more as a money player and probably identifies himself as a money player. But, you know, plays a lot of tournaments and enjoys the match play game as well. Ergin, out of L.A., again, I think he's a UCLA prof, has been involved in the L.A. backgammon scene for a number of years, actually helped run some of the L.A. tournaments for a while. I think even ran some of the local club action in L.A. Craig Anderson, welcome in, Craig. Olson corrects me. It's USC economics. I got the economics right and the school wrong. So thank you, Gary, for checking that out for me. USC economics prof. Nice set of aces. That's going to make the 5 point and then split the back probably. Yes. Four or five. Now, to my understanding, I think we have 54 players in the championship open division here. And this is a first round with Rebuys. And I think there were 64, I believe, in the intermediate division. So what's that? 54 and 64, 118, not counting novices. So a little bit of an increase over the two Vegas tournaments last year. Still hasn't recovered to maybe pre-COVID days or what have you. But it's a nice field and a nice new venue. You can see again over my head and shoulders here, the main playing room. It's a large, open, high ceiling room. So plenty of space. And then this adjoining, it's actually a big ballroom that can be segmented into four sections. 1/4 of it is over here where the streaming tables are, and there's some overflow tables there that people can play on as well, which, you know, allows a little bit more space, and it's probably a quieter area than the main playroom behind me, too. Okay, so 6-3. Oh, that's unfortunate. Dancing with two checkers on a 2-point board. That really that hurts. They, you know, what I've seen in the first three games, and neither one of these guys are going to be particularly shy with the cube, which will make for a perhaps entertaining and exciting match. And that's the way tournament backgammon is often played, and perhaps is most efficiently played, is fairly aggressively. Guitar. Okay. So let's see. Apparently the location here, the speakers are bothering some of the players, so we're turning down the speakers here. So you won't notice it, but the people in the room will notice it. Okay. So Brandon's kind of got 4 checkers back and not a lot of flexibility to play otherwise. Matt Kungara has joined us once again. Thinks it's seems double pass. Brandon again is in a rather awkward position. He has 4 back. Ergin's got some structure. He's got an advanced anchor. He's going to be shooting at something. So I'm going to go along with Matt's suggestion here. So Ergin, shall we see? He picks him up. Okay, he's contemplating before he rolls. He seems to be again, they both, neither have used a whole lot of time, but they do appear to be deliberate when appropriate. And he sends it. Brandon snatches it up. So this is going to be a kind of an interesting game here. Now that's not the roll he had in mind. Maybe he makes the 2-point, puts one in the air. But I misread it. 6-2. I read it as 6-1. I apologize. So he runs, which now Brandon's got a 6-2, going to make the 2-point. So he's got a 4-point board. So he's got some defensive influence, perhaps, on the way Ergin plays his game going forward, with the fact that he's got a 4-point board, albeit not the best sequence or structure, but he's got a little bit going for him. Matt thought he should come up, and he did come up. 5-2. Okay, to answer Rimp's question about the dice tower, they're using a dice, or what do you call it, baffle box or dice tower on Stream 2. That is a player option. Some people are more comfortable with that. Maybe they think, and not maybe they do think, perhaps it produces a more fair rolls. Linda and Jonah both know each other extremely well, and both are very high ethical players, so I don't think there's any concern of one or the other doing anything mischievous. But some people like it, and it's an option. I don't know, are they both using the baffle box, Tara? Probably. I don't know. I haven't seen it, but it's not. You will on occasion see players use one using the baffle box and one shaking and rolling, and perfectly, obviously allowable. Okay, 5-4 for Ergin. What's he want to do with this? I'm tempted to make the 9 personally. He could make the ace, but that doesn't really accomplish too much. He makes the 9. Brandon has a blot in his home board. He has a strip midpoint, and he's got 5 checkers back. So it's kind of pay now, pay later. I'm paying now. I'm making the 9 point, which constrains Brandon somewhat more, and he wants to give up the midpoint and hit that checker and give the chance. Well, that's one ace more than he needed, but I'm sure he'll find use for them. Now, if y'all, and again, I'm trying to monitor the chat and watching the match and doing some talking myself, and I'll comment on comments, but certainly we've got some top-notch players such as Matt Congar and Craig Anderson and Justin Noel in the chat line, and you might follow in the chat as well and read some of the comments that they're making that perhaps I'm not noticing or not having the chance to address. So it's a great learning opportunity, with the perspective and feedback of some of these other players. Now, through the week, typically I will have guest commentators joining me, typically expert-type players who they seem to all enjoy doing commentary. They fight over the mics sometimes. But, boy, that's a dance on a 3-point board. And Brandon doesn't do much better with his, return instead of aces. But we will have various commentators throughout the weekend. So anticipate that. And, I'm sure John O'Hagan and Ray Fogerlin and perhaps Neil Kazaros and others will be joining us in the commentary. Boy, he dances again on a 3-point board. He's got the great structure over there, but he just can't get this checker in. But in the same token, Brandon has not been able to extricate any of those 5 checkers of his back there. And he's kind of got himself duped, but it's 5s and 6s to get out. But and you notice there's been a lot of discussion lately about how one moves checkers, leaving alternate positions that one's considering leaving checkers offset, or there's been some discussion by certain people of touch move concepts and so forth. It was interesting there to see Ergin, he looked at one potential position and he just put his checker on top of the blot that was on the 2 point. So that's another way of kind of visualizing without, forgetting an original position or things of that nature. Okay, so again, Brandon needs to get something moving in the back. Now, I got to think, Ergin's going to step up to his 9. And then the question is the other 2. I think you step up to 9. Yeah. Okay, so Brandon can step up and be prepared to run as soon as he gets a 6 to try to save the gammon potential. Again, he can leave that one. He can take it to the 10. Brandon's got 2 blots in his home board and can't cover. Well, he could roll a 6-4 and make some serious progress, but now it's board's deteriorating even further. So he's going to be hard pressed to. I don't know how hard pressed, but he's going to be working diligently to save a gammon here. But he's got to get out to begin to do so, and he hasn't been able to get any of them out as of yet. Okay, there's the board's going to crack a bit, so Brandon will have greater opportunity to get some of those trailers moving. Now, Ergin here, obviously, he can clear the 6, or he can clear the 7, or clear the 8, and he chooses to clear the 7. And Brandon still can't get out. Okay, there's another point being cleared. It's going to be the 8 this time. Okay. Okay. 4-3, that clears. So now it's just going to be a pretty much a dice rolling contest as to whether or not Brandon can beat the G here. Well, that's kind of interesting. Double fours, but he can only take, he can't take any off on him on the floor, and he was odd in the back. So that was his deconstructive roll. You can have constructive rolls. That was perhaps a deconstructive roll by Ergin. Didn't get any checkers off. Nothing with. Okay, the 5-3 that gets him even on the back, so should enhance his potential to clear that 5 point. But in the interim, Brandon has seized upon the opportunity to cover a lot of ground with these checkers, and now is probably in a favorite position to save the gammon. But as bad fortune often provides us, Ergin rolls a 6-1, leaves a shot. He doesn't lift the checker or bear one off the ace, because I guess he was a slight degree of fear that he might at some point get hit and then could get hit a second time. Okay, so Ergin is clear. He's just bearing off. Brandon's got to bring the troops home. What's he got? 11 over there. So he's Brandon's a favorite to save it. Let's see what happens. 6-2. He's going to try to most efficiently bear into his home board, so that's why the 6 went to the 6 point. Always looking at crossovers. Well, there's one. He can get 2 crossovers out of that. He only has the 1 checker in the outfield. So there's a real art and skill to bearing or bringing around and bearing off to beat a G. And most of these players are well versed in it, and you'll see an occasional oddity. Boom, he didn't do it. One pip shy. Yeah, it was 1 pip was the difference, and could have made the difference. Okay, so that 4 points makes it 5-2 Ergin. They need to recenter the cube here. They'll probably notice it in a second. There he goes. Okay. 4-2 Brandon. Obvious. Makes the 4 point. 6-4 with the lead. He's not going to make the 2, so he is going to make the 2. That's atypical from my experience and perspective. It's typically more of a, in my play, I regard that as kind of a gammon and go type play, and would do it as a trailer but not as a leader. Of course, if I know I'm going to follow it with 6s, it works out much better. $6-4. Kind of funny. I have to look a little harder sometimes when one of those dice land on that center logo. You can lose it sometimes. I did with the 4 of the 6-4 on Brandon's previous roll. Okay, 6-4 for Ergin here. He's going to play it safe. He's well ahead in the pip count, so he's going to try to walk this one home in some fashion. Okay, so Brandon sliding the 5. 3-5. And he makes the 3, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, I thought, and I glanced away ever so slightly, but I was thinking that Brandon was going to make the 5-point, but I guess I'd missed his 4 play, and he only had the ace left. Set of 4s. Make a nice board. He leaves 2 blots, but there's duped 4s, so some reduction in exposure there. Thank you, Jason. I enjoy doing it. And Tara just has this superb production of the stream. The video and audio qualities are just extraordinary. 4-5, so something's getting hit. In fact, both of them are getting hit. The perfect roll in certain regards. So now, see if Brandon, what he can do. He gets them both in, but now it's probably, well, he's leading. I was going to say it could perhaps be a cash. Had Brandon left one of them in the air, then I think Ergin would have definitely had better opportunities to consider doing something here. Okay, Matt said this is like a beaver. Brandon does have, very nice structure in his own right over here. So if and he's got, those, made his 2 and 3 points, and with the 4 and 5 open. So there it is. Brandon scoops it. It's volatile, but let's see what happens. He gets a double 3, which is a very nice shake. He'd come to the 10. Bring them both to the 10, and it kills the double 5 and gives him another builder at the same time. He's going to put them both up, go for the gusto, and he's leaving them offset, which, again, is very good practice in his, a tentative move position. He leaves the checkers offset, so he knows what he's moved. He can restore the original position relatively easily. So now he's looking at the shift, puts 2 in the air. He has 3 builders. Very interesting. Yeah, MCG says he likes making the ace and not leaving the blots. Sean Casey is in the house. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's a well-known Irish player, Sean Casey. Well, I think you hit on the ace. It's pretty clear, as you say, and if things go a little south, he can always perhaps look at. Well, he's already sent it. I was going to say, he had the advantage of perhaps cashing it or something, but he's already sent the cube, so Brandon is in the game till the end. Thank you, Sean. So now he's going to clean it up a little bit. Again, Brandon's got, a broken 6 prime over here, 5 out of 6. It's probably the best play from this point, from my perspective. Again, he has the option of which one to cover in that regard. Do it the other way, you saves the 4s. Well, the 4s either way, though, isn't it? Yeah, okay. 2-1 dancing. Gigi is in the house. How are you, ma'am?
Better now that I see you guys.
Okay, good to see you. Gigi Goyette from Los Angeles. Okay, so he going for the gusto. Brandon needs a 5 in the worst way. Did not get it. Ergin 4-2, very nice. So he's obviously going to make the 5. Which one does he use to do it? I like that because then he has 2 builders to work on the 4. The other way, he only ends up with 1. Well, he does. He can play to the 5 and have that leaves a shot to do so. Okay. It's pretty toss up there. Same either way. So let's see. Brandon needs that 4. Doesn't get it. Of course, Ergin's had not had a whole lot of luck in putting him away here. Now he might want to consider. He could clear the 7 and not leave any shots. I think he noticed it now. Okay, I think this is. I gotta be. Oh, I'm surprised. I thought he would clear this 7, but 4-3 would do wonders for Mr. Macklin. He gets the 4, but doesn't get the 3. But 4 and 6, 6 off. Six, 5. You go to the 8 and the 6. He's got to be playing gammon save here, so. And Brandon is probably getting pretty tired of playing gammon save. Okay. Ergin's got, did he take 2 off or clear the 5? Brandon's got, 6, 11, 12 crossovers to get off. 6, 5. He's probably going to run with 1. You don't want to burn that many pips inside. Wow. We'll see. Gets the 2 crossovers, but burned a lot of pips. He burned 6. Okay. Ergin still doing well. 5-2. He's got to go now. He can't afford to burn any more pips. So he takes 2 crossovers. 6-2. So Ergin did that, but he's odd. He's 9 checkers, so he's 4 rolls without a double. Or 5 rolls without a double. I'm sorry. So, well, that's a start. Okay, you can go to the 6. Take the 2 crossovers. 2 crossovers the other way, but you go to the 6, then, deuces work as well. Okay, so any set gets him off next time. Brandon 5-1, 2-1 burns him either way. Okay, so he dodged the first bullet and the second bullet. So he could have lost a G to any doublet by Ergin or a 2-1 by himself, but he avoids it. So 7-2. Now Tara was giving me an update. What is 5-1 Jonah on the other side? Stream 2. Jonah Seawald leads Linda Clay 5-1 to 15. That's pretty good. Those two Coloradans, they're good friends, know each other very well. Draw each other in the first round. Crazy Eagle here in Texas. Probably somebody I know, but I don't recognize by that name. 5-3, got to make the 5. Cocked. Now this is USBGF standard rules, and that it's legal moves and dice on checker. But that particular roll had been, that was a cock die. It was supported by a die. Okay, so Ergin perusing the situation. He's in pretty good shape, but with the big lead, might not be quite as aggressive as he might be otherwise. Felix Goitman is in the house. Hi, Felix. Felix is a regular on our streams. I'm glad he enjoys them and has the opportunity to view them. Look here, he can make the 5. He could make the 7. He could step up. He's going to make the 5. That's probably right with Brandon with 1 in the air. Brandon dances. Here comes the cube. Yeah, if he can make that, and he's got probably a couple of 3 rolls to do it. If he can make, he can anchor up. He's got some game, and trailing. He enjoys holding the cube as well. If he can develop some game here. Okay, there's the. Now he wants to. He could make the 23 or the 24, or he could leave them split and play 6-5, and. But he's going to, he's debating. I would be tempted to shut off any blitz potential with the 2 cube in play. 6-4. That was a wise move to make that 23 point, obviously, in retrospect. Set of 4s. Okay, so Brandon got a little heavy construction and underway here and making a home board. 6-2. There's, and he's rolled 2 numbers in a row that would have made that 2 point. So I think that was well played by Brandon, and some of those subsequent rolls have demonstrated why it was the correct play. (3-1) makes the bar. Of course, he could have made the 3, but obviously he wanted the 5 prime with Brandon to be an offset from it. So now what's he do? He could hit it. I guess this is right. It's kind of the road to nowhere, but he does recirculate a checker, maybe buys a bit of timing. Of course, he can't, has to step up into that and say, oh, we're up to 112 viewers already. That's great for a first match on a Thursday afternoon. We thank Backgammon Galaxy for the use of their YouTube channel, and let's make Mark Olson happy by hitting that like button. Smash that like button. FM Gammon for the boards, their sponsor as well. Now, this is going to be. Well, he could get. What happens if he rolls 1-4 or something? Well, or would have, 1-4, 1-5, 1-4 would have been the good. Okay, 2 and a 4, he makes that. So Brandon, this is that opportunity that he thought he might develop in taking that cube in the first place. Okay, now Brandon's not going to be bashful.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah, Matt said it must be a huge recube, and that's what I meant by saying he couldn't be bashful here. He's going to. You down 7-2. That's not what he had in mind. Yeah, that would have been. Matt says it probably would not only a recube but a pass, and it would have been extremely volatile. And Ergin wouldn't want to put the snowman in play there, as some call an 8 on occasion. I'm surprised, and he got crap for a roll, but I'm surprised Brandon didn't send that. But let's see what happens. And that's an ugly number. Okay, now he's got to send it this time for sure, regardless of what Ergin does here.
Where do you live?
Los Angeles.
Oh, okay.
I'm liking. I wouldn't give up the 5 prime. I'm playing the 13-6 also, but
They count in their native language, and you count in English.
they're having some discussion. I don't know what it is, but it's funny. Brandon, grab that deuce cube. There it goes. Boom. Wow. Whoa. I thought it was obviously more of a drop now than it was the roll before. This could get expensive. Could leave marks. Could leave a scar. All of those idioms that are used on occasion. So what's he do here? I think he's got to hit it and then just decide what one he wants to play, which I would play 2-1. But I wouldn't be so concerned. I guess he's concerned about getting that checker out, but he 5s and 6s get it out now, so he's always a favorite to get it out. It just, I just don't see any question that you hit. Now, I would hit and play 3-2, not give him 4 blots in play, but well, you got him to take that 4 cube, which was a bonus in my mind. So you got to try to capitalize on it. Try to capitalize on it. They had board. It doesn't quite fit the check. Oh, now wow, that's unusual. The checkers won't fit all the way across. 6 checkers. What's that? The play is hit? Yeah, it's Tara's putting in the occasional position over here, and it's definitely a hit. I just think, I'm playing for 8 points here. What's that?
Was close.
Yeah.
They're just about tied.
Okay, but you got to hit. That's my play. not moving that back checker, Irene, because he wants to keep Ergin from potentially making an anchor on his ace point. And it 6-2. He ran out. 22, 23, 13, whatever, 14. Yeah. Okay, so now he's closed it out as he wanted to. As we said, this is going to leave marks, bruises, and scars on Ergin's backside after this roll, after this game. Kind of interesting. Tara's sitting over here doing a little bit of transcribing. She's been wanting to work on her transcription skills, so she's seizing the advantage here while we got matches in progress. Okay, here I don't guess there's any way to protect against the double 6, but there's a double 3. Now this he can. He wants to always be careful in this sort of position to be able to play the large sets. So here he can play 6s, he can play 5s. 6-1 comes off. He could have played it to the ace and to the 5, but there's the blot. But the play that he made kind of maximized his gammon possibilities, and here it's only 11 numbers to hit. 11 numbers come to bear. So what's he got off? He's got 5 off. So that's a nice shake by Brandon. So now he just wants to save the win. He's seen gets hit again. He's seen the gammon pass by his eyes here. But he still could lose this, so now he's just got to be conscientious of the win. Okay, now that's a lot of freight. I'll do that, and then wow, you don't want to load him up with a bunch of blots over there. I guess I played that and that. Okay. 3-5 gets out, but it's vulnerable to 1s and 5s and combos. Okay, so it's going to be close. Boom, that's not going to be that close. So Brandon got a bit unlucky to leave a shot and get hit. He lost the gammon, but he's still going to get to 4 points. So we're going to have a very close match.
Don't give up, huh?
No.
Eric Peterson is in the house. I think we're going to see Mr. Peterson in Istanbul here shortly. Okay, this is going to be barring 2 large sets here by Bayrak. Going to be 4 points. Okay. Now, I mentioned Istanbul and I mentioned Galaxy because we're playing on their YouTube channel. In about 3 or 4 weeks, we've got the 15th anniversary Istavder tournament in Istanbul, and in conjunction with that is the 2023 UBC contender tournament to determine who plays Sandra Lilhoff later this year for the UBC championship. So Tara and I are fortunate enough. We're going to be leaving on the 18th of April to go to Istanbul for a couple of weeks. And then, of course, then we're back Trying to think what tournaments are in the interim here. We've got in 2 or 3 weeks, I guess. We have the Cherry Blossom in D.C. Chicago is in Memorial Day weekend here in the States. And then we get to L.A. in June. We have Novi, 4th of July weekend. And then it's on to Monte Carlo in the World Championship. Tara and I will be streaming the World Championship again this year. So we're excited about that. We've got a lot of travels ahead of us, but we enjoy what we're doing. Okay, so 3-1 by Ergin. Okay. Now, Brandon's got some decisions to make. Which ace does he? I think you hit the one back up there on the 20. You don't want him to make the 5-point. You gain more pips. So maybe, Matt's saying double hit. Well, that's certainly a possibility. Mishi Poo is in the house. Mishi Poo, welcome. Somebody was asking me something about Mishi Poo earlier today. Oh, it was Jonah and I were talking about Mishi Poo, and it's related to the Atlanta tournament. Mishi Poo was on staff at the Atlanta tournament this year. It's good to see her back and about. Okay, now he does pick up that blot on the 20 back there. You didn't want Ergin making that point. So, you need to get you one of those modern TVs, Mishi, and you can high technology and even just talk on the chat while you watch it on your TV. I don't know if that exists, but it should. Mary Ann has joined the house, one of our great regulars and one of our favorites, Mary Ann Meese from Indianapolis. Just get you a snack, a drink, and settle back in that Easy Boy or whatever. And what's that recliner I'm thinking? Easy Boy? I don't know. Okay, so Brandon needs to come in here. Come in. Well, that'll come in. Makes the 3-point, and now find your other 5. Can't move the back one. Can't move off the 10. So you got to pretty much come to the 8. And with 2 in the air, there's little danger. Nichols in reply is kind of a pain, but he doesn't do that. Now, does Brandon play on, or does he cash this? Ergin has the 5-point. That's right, Eric. Lazy boy. Okay, Brandon said, I'm not gonna fool around with this. Let's just take the money and run and play an 8-point match. And that's what they're gonna do. Matt says he'd roll. I'd be tempted to roll. Didn't look like there were any losers.
Take a little break. 7-7.
Too good, Tara says. She's again practicing her transcription skills over here. Looks like they're going to take a little break, Tara. Maybe you go dual screen for us. She's going to put up the dual screen, a new technology phenomena she's got here. So we'll, while Brandon and Ergin are taking a break, she'll put up the Stream 2 match alongside this one, and we can check in on Jonah and Linda and see how they're doing. So we hope y'all enjoy the streams. Rory's always been a great advocate and supporter of streaming, and we appreciate that. Here we go. Linda and Jonah. Jonah's up. Wow, but look at this. Jonah's got 7-4 lead, but he's got 5 checkers back and a 2 cube in play, so not far-fetched to see Linda seize the lead in the match here. And she's going to be as aggressive as possible. Jonah's got, what's that, 9, 13, 14 crossovers to save. I played 2 to the ace. She's going to play it that way. It's a little risk with that, 6-3, 5-3, 4-3. Well, 4-3 she can play. No, she can't. There's some dangers with threes. 6-4. 6-4. What's the deal? And Linda's a very good player, but I was just going to comment. It's kind of interesting. She's a terror on these first round matches. I know she drew in our tournament in San Antonio a month or so ago. She drew Victor Askenazi in the first round and knocked off Victor, sent him to the rebuy table. And here she's drawn another tough draw in Jonah, and is playing apparently a good, strong match here. So,
It's a nice board, but yeah, the checkers don't. Yeah.
okay, so Jonah's up against the wall here. This is, can he even save? 3, 7, 8, 9. He can't save. So a G for Linda. And we're at 8-7 Linda. So, wow, 2 great matches here. Ergin and Brandon at 7-all, and Linda leading Jonah 8-7. So, looks like I saw Linda stand up. We may have dueling breaks here as well. There comes Ergin back to the table. I see Brandon wandering around behind us, so I think they're fixing to rejoin the match here. There's Brandon coming in. Okay, so we're switching over. There's Ergin went back to the water station at the back of the room. And so here we go. 8-point match. 8 away.
Checkers, but she said no, this is how it came because it's just that little bit.
It's a good match early on here. Very good match. Yeah, they're talking about those 6 checkers not fitting perfectly across. You'll see that occasionally, but I'm surprised we see it here. I'm sure that'll be quickly rectified by the FM folks. They build and sell a lot of boards, and I'm sure they don't like to see that product. Okay. Set of aces, that'll work. So set of threes. That will work. Now, what's he gonna? He's gonna hit and make his 3-point, maybe. Now we're up to 4-2. He's gonna make the 18. Okay, we're up to 120 viewers. Nice bunch of people here early on. First match of the weekend, in effect. We had one double Masters match last night, but 4 full days ahead of us here. So y'all settle in and enjoy. And be sure and hit that like button. Make Make Mr. Olson happy. Smash that like button, as Mark likes to say. Again, that UBC Contender Tournament coming up pretty quickly, and all of the preliminary rounds of that are going to be played on computers. So, and I presume, I guess they'll be played on the Galaxy server.
Riles?
Mr. Rory Pascar, director, organizer, producer, whatever of the U.S. Open here in Las Vegas. Thanks for joining us, and thanks for the tournament.
Thank you, Bill, and to also Tara for all the hard work you guys are doing running this awesome stream, and to Galaxy for giving us the YouTube channel with all the great audience. It's the largest audience in backgammon online is here at the YouTube Backgammon Galaxy YouTube channel. I think I remember a year or two ago they had 15,000 subscribers. I don't know if it's in the 20,000 range now. It's almost 20,000 subscribers. So if you are watching this, click that like button, but also don't just click the like button, hit the subscribe button, and you'll get notifications every time Backgammon Galaxy goes live on YouTube. But yeah, thank you. Great tournament, great turnout. About a 20% increase, a little over a 20% increase from last year. Everything's going really well. It's a gorgeous new location at the Westgate Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas.
It's really a neat location. Great playing room. It's a huge
Bright lights.
It's a huge hotel. Very busy. Some very nice restaurants. All right here in the complex, and so it's a great venue.
The only negative is it is kind of on an island to some extent, but at the same time, if you can make do with what's on this island, there's actually it's really nice. Actually, I think the hotel itself is very, very nice, especially compared to where we were previously at the Nugget. I think there's a huge step up. We're pretty close to the Strip, probably actually 3 minutes from the Strip, but really 10 minutes from the heart of the Strip, and also only 10 minutes from downtown if you want to get back downtown and get some of the great restaurants that are down there, like Saginaw's or the Asian place
Circa.
that you guys like in the Circa.
Yeah, what is it?
What's the name of that? Red something?
Red 8.
A Red 8, yeah. I know. Bill and
I
Tara
always
eat.
get them confused. There's a
Red 8 is when. Well, whatever
Red
it
8
is,
is in and-
Bill and Tara literally spend half their money at that Chinese restaurant or Asian restaurant in the Circa.
and
every
we
time
always
I
ate
go over-
breakfast at Saginaw. And
Oh yeah, breakfast at Saginaw as well. That was one of the nice things. I do like the win.
See how they're
Yeah,
checkers.
I see it.
And
I
you
see
forgot to mention the FM Gammon
Yeah, I
sponsor.
did. I should do that now. FM Gammon has been very kind. Fuat I just messed up his name. Sorry, Fuat. Fuat Erdag, and his team has been very, very generous in donating 2 boards, this one and the one on stream 2, for the winners of the Open and Intermediate divisions here at the U.S. Open. It was a very nice. All I had to do was pay the shipping costs, which is a couple $100 to get them the 4 boards over from Europe. Actually, it was $145 because they also sent me 2 boards for my Chicago Open in May.
Oh, really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, great.
I think the logo looks beautiful on the board, actually. The nice color scheme. I guess the checkers are a little tight. Maybe that's an issue we can fix a little bit. But I think their logo looks great in the board. And once again,
the logos are nice. They're kind of understated. They're not gaudy or anything.
Yeah.
And it's a very nice board.
Yeah.
Very
and great quality. And thank you very much once again to FM for providing the stream. And man, I'm just looking at the picture, the whole TV, and I think the stream looks beautiful. The work Tara has done over the years to improve it in every little bit here and there, it just literally looks great. So
when you
thank
see
you.
it, you might have saw it earlier. They took a break, so she threw up both streams side by side.
Oh, really?
You could check in on Jonah.
Oh, very nice.
While they were on break, so she can put both side by side.
I did not see that. I'll have to take a look. Yeah. Absolutely. And so, yeah, I'm super excited. Actually, a couple cool things about this playing room. It's 8,400 square feet, which is really large for this, this tournament. But hopefully, obviously, the tournament can grow and fill up the space a little bit over the next couple of years. In the front of the room, I had this big open space. I actually thought they shorted me a row of tables, but no, I showed him the map, and there's just a nice big gap at the front of the room. And on the wall between the two doors, a long wall, because we're at a convention hotel, they have things they don't have at normal or most other properties. They actually line that wall with sofas and couches and nice comfy chairs, so players can relax in between matches in a nice
I've
very
even seen a
comfortable chair.
couple snoozing out there last night, you know.
So it's really kind of cool, and I love the space. Every table is its own table, and they're not connected at all. There's plenty of space behind behind you, so you're not bumping your opponent. The person sitting in the chair behind you.
Well, and I can see behind Brandon and Ergin there, they, we've got some overflow tables in the streaming room now.
Yep.
Some players have found that, and I don't know if that was because it was crowded or just because it's quiet over there. But anyway.
Yeah, so a great first match we got going today. Round one, two really good buddies of mine, Ergin, Bayrak, and Brandon Macklin. Looks like Macklin just took an 8-7 lead. He's had some great results in the last couple of years. I love both these guys. And once again, I appreciate you guys for being here and doing all the work that you guys do, Bill and Tara. I'm being called back to do a little director-type work. I'll be back every once in a while. I'll check in and say hello to everyone. And thank you for watching. Thank you for being here.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Bye-bye. Okay, Rory Pascar. Thank you, Rory. So we saw Brandon get another game in there. It was one of those, as several of theirs have been, kind of both with great structures, but kind of a timing consideration. And that was especially for you, Michelle. Okay. So here we go again. Boy, both of these Stream 1 and Stream 2 matches are very close. Now, Eric, I guess you and hopefully your better half are both going to trek over to Istanbul here in a few weeks. Tara and I will be there, and hopefully we'll see you both. Maybe we can grab a bite at some point. We're planning on that's probably primarily going to be a R&R tournament for us, playing and relaxing, but I somehow suspect that Mark and Fuat and some of them may draft us into helping out in certain regards. I know Mark said, we don't need you to do anything, but why don't you just be sure and bring those fast gaming laptops if you don't mind. So okay, so here we are again with these two guys. Similar, yeah. Great position standoff games. Seems like every match, every game they play in this match is and then that just Ergin's going to get out ahead of himself again somewhat. If and that was the case in the last game. So if Brandon can get in here, that's not going to do it. But now he's got to count on Ergin not getting one of those checkers out, and he doesn't. So bringing him down. So again, it's just who blinks first here. Brandon needs a 3 or 4. There's the 4 and the ace to hit. So buckle your seat belts. Brandon's going to have to make a decision whether to play on or not. Well, he's going to get hit. So again, he's going to have to find himself a 3 or a 4 before he makes those decisions. Okay, Tara's giving me an update. Linda's up 10-7 on stream 2. Linda Clay and Jonas Seawald. Okay, so Ergin in this kind of a standoff game. I don't. He's trailing only by 1. I don't think he can send this. It's a volatile position. It's whether he can get those 2 bad guys back. He could close Ergin or Brandon out pretty quickly. Brandon's got 2 more blots in play, so he's going to take the shot. I think Brandon. I got to think he's got to take this, but I'm not sitting in the chair, and those decisions are hard to make sometimes. And again, a lot of volatility here. This could go big one way or the other. Velocipiper says massive take. I'm thinking it's a take, but this is one of those extremely volatile positions. Brandon takes it. Wow. All I can say is wow. Like I say, it was that volatility, and that's what Ergin was banking on, sending the cube. And Brandon, I think rightly took the cube, but Ergin got the roll, and now Brandon's got his back up against the wall here. So now Ergin's just going to have to he's trying to maximize his potential pointing numbers on that 3-point, and he also wants to be careful not to leave himself vulnerable to a joker. The double 3s would be a killer joker, but not too much he can do about it right now. He's got to get those back checkers moving at some point. There's 1 3, so he can live with that. Okay, so Brandon is able to anchor, which could mitigate some of the downside on this. What happened? Oh, I'm moving my damn mouse. Moved my mouse out of my way, and I lost my chat and everything. There it is. Okay. Okay, Brandon needs to get in so he can put a little pressure on this bear in, bear off. But hasn't been able to do it yet. Instead of 6s, that'll work. Another set of 6s. This is called maximum speed and efficiency. It's back-to-back sets of 6s. He rolls another one. We're going to have to check in with the dice guides or something. So Brandon's got going to be. You pretty much got to come out with one. 2 sets could BG. So you come out with one and go 8-7 or 7-6. I'm sorry. No, 7-6. Yes. Very unlikely to save it, but you want to give it your best shot. 6-5. Okay, come around the corner. So there are some numbers. There's one of them. Takes 2 off. Now Brandon can hit this. He could definitely save the G. Doesn't. I was going to say if he could hit it, he could save the G and go fishing for a second checker, but he's not going to have either of those opportunities apparently. Nope, that's it. A G for Ergin. So, Brandon got it a little earlier, and Ergin gets it now. So, what's that? 4 away, 7 away. Two, 1. Down checkers valid. Wow, up to 151 viewers. That's great on a Thursday afternoon here. Of course, it's prime time or later in Europe. Late afternoon on the East Coast. So hope everyone's enjoying the streaming. Now, after the 2 current matches, there'll be first round rebuy matches being established all the time, so we should be able to fairly quickly get other matches onto the streaming tables when these are from Vienna, Austria. Irene discovers. Irene, we stayed on let's see, on one of our trips to Cyprus a couple 3 years ago. We like to stop along the way and acclimate time wise and this, that, and the other. And we spent 5 days or so in Vienna, which was just lovely. We really enjoyed it. I forget, we stayed in a pedestrian area near the cathedral, a few blocks. It was gorgeous. There was an Airbnb in a pedestrian area. It was lovely. Okay. Let's see. I haven't hadn't even paid any attention to their clocks. Hopefully they do. I think both are doing very well time wise, so we shouldn't have they shouldn't have any problems there. Brandon, his jailbreak is successful. So he's extricated all his checkers. Ergin has 4 back, but he has 4 points and 5 points. And we're going, let's see how, excuse me, Brandon doesn't have much flexibility in trying to bear in against these 4 and 5 points. And in the interim, Ergin is going to be building a pretty good board. 6-1 is nice for Brandon to help kill some of those stacks. And Ergin is going to, before before too long, he's going to get into some timing problems and have to give up one of those anchors.
Oh, no, I got from playing. People are watching.
154 at the moment, which is good for first match. Ray Fogerlin over my shoulder. He's in the middle of a match, I think, just stopping by on a break. So there's that. Now Ray's on break, but also just a note, everyone. 7:30 p.m. local here, 7:30 Pacific. Ray is giving a lecture. Getting into the zone, or is that the name of it? Getting in the zone, and that'll be a live streamed lecture, so all of y'all can tune in and learn from Mr. Fogerlin. Now, I will guarantee you that not only will you learn something, but you will have a lot of fun in doing it, because Ray is a funny guy. Now, this is a new lecture, Nishi. So, okay. Now, as we had anticipated, and the timing was such that Ergin had to give up one of those anchors, and he gave up the forward one. Oh, really? What's... Tara's checking in, says, looks like Linda may put away Jonah in the first round on stream 2. So behind me see Jonah making the long, slow perp walk back to the director's table to rebuy. That lecture will be tonight, Tim, here live at this tournament, and it'll be live streamed here on the Backgammon Galaxy YouTube channel. So 7:30 p.m. Pacific, Ray Fogerlin, and that'll be enjoyable. I'll assure you that you'll probably learn something. You'll have a lot of fun. I know there's a couple of, and Matt will probably. Ray's got 3 or 4 positions from a match in Atlanta with Matt Congar that I saw it, but I don't remember but very high probability or volatility positions where Ray was, trying to capitalize on the volatility against, certainly probably a better technical player and better player overall in Matt Congar. So Matt might want to tune in and watch that and chime in on the chat. I'll be watching the chat and assisting Matt or Ray with some with the computer, with putting up some positions and maybe what have you. And we'll be so we can take questions from the audience, the live audience, and the streaming viewers. So 7:30 Pacific, that'll be fun. Okay, so here we go again. We knew it was going to be tough for we go tell okay. So apparently there's Jonah. You can see him walking behind me, the perp walk, the long slow walk back to the director's table for the rebuy. So congratulations to Linda Clay, 2 big tournaments in a row that she's knocked off top players. She beat Victor in the first round in Texas, and she beats Jonah in the first round here in Las Vegas. Okay, so again, this was, we saw early on in this game, and I got distracted a little bit, and I apologize, but, Brandon got so far out ahead, he was kind of ahead of himself with few points made, so it was going to be difficult to bring it home. Ergin had the 4 and 5 point made, which ultimately he had to give one of them up, but we could well anticipate that Brandon was going to get into the situation where it was going to be difficult to bring this home. So now, he's staring at that. Now he's trailing. He may be tempted. He's more than tempted. He's been seduced into doubling this. Ergin's got a 5-point board. I'm thinking this is a take. The shuffle of shame. I like that. Jonah might not like the fact that we got to watch him do the shuffle of shame across behind us here. Yeah, I thought, who's that? James Mordell? I thought it was a no double personally, but that's a nice roll. He makes the 5-point, but it doesn't solve the problem of getting these two checkers off the mid, and Ergin is able to save his midpoint. Now that gets him off the mid. Now Brandon's going to tell us he had this planned from the get-go. Thank you, Greg. Greg C. said that was a very close no double, minus 18 millipoints. So, but he's not, he's in a lot better shape, but he's not home kicking back in the kitchen just yet. He's getting closer all the time, but Ergin still got, a small measure of racing equity. Plus, he's got, a bit of shot equity too here, perhaps. Okay, so he's going to try to, now he can run as he's done and enhance his racing potential, and he doesn't really, that single checker back there is almost as effective as the double checker, and as the single checker almost effective as the anchor, and there we see the exact point I was making. The single can accomplish the same function that the anchor did, and there it is. Ergin rolls a 6-2, or I meant Brandon rolled a 6-2 and left the shot. So Ergin's now here. I don't think the trailer can accomplish too much, so I wouldn't burn pips. I think I would run. Okay. So Ergin is gone. So this is going to be 2 points. So this is tightening up. Boom, boom, boom. He might be tightening up a little more than Ergin had hoped for. 2 sets and a deuce 1 could make it painful. Not going to get it. Okay, so it's going to be 11-10. Ergin. 4-way, 5-away. Okay. Tara coming back. She's trying to line up additional. Who? Justin Bohr. And? Okay, it's going to be Jonah's going to get to try Stream 2 over again with his rebuy. Jonah, Seawald, and Justin Bohr beginning shortly on Stream 2. Now this one could, this one, no, we can't. There'll be other matches. So that one, table 2's open, so that First available match is going to table 2. Jonah Seawald, Justin Bohr. And then when this match concludes, we'll be looking for another to go here. And timing, it could be such that it could involve the loser of this match if that person rebuys. We'll just wait and see. I don't know how Rory's doing it. You know, many tournaments will just take the next 2 players as the next pairing. That can be gamed a little bit. I mean, if I'm going to rebuy and I see Victor Ashkenazi standing there rebuying in front of me, I'm probably going to wait a while. What I like to do as a director typically will take 4 re-entries and draw amongst those rather than just pair them 2 at a time. So it adds a little bit more randomness into it and removes the chance for people to game the system a little bit. I'm with you, Jay. The blue on blue is kind of tough on me, but you know, some people agreed with us last night and some people really liked it. And I'm typically a proponent of light playing fields and not dark fields, but I'm getting more used to it. The more you watch it, the less it bothers you. Last night it really was bothering me a bit, but I haven't noticed it so much today. Okay, so you know, this looks similar to the last game in a sense, and that Brandon got his bag checkers out. Ergin's gone to work on a board, and we're in a similar position. This time Ergin only has the 5-point anchor and not the 4 and the 5, but whatever match it was, yeah, I was reading Mr. Brain 4's comment there. We streamed the matches in Atlanta here a few weeks ago on some Gammoner boards, which are beautiful boards, great boards to play on. But there was one that had black and gray pips and a black frame, and it was kind of an optical delusion. And I know it's supposed to be illusion, but I'll say optical delusion that, you know, a black pip next to the black bar was really kind of freaky to observe the spacing of the checkers on the points sometimes. But okay, so Brandon's in the same position he was last time in a sense, and that he's well ahead in the pip count, but he's got some difficulty in clearing this stuff, and it's apparent now, and it's gonna be realized very shortly. Okay, Brandon, then that'll help solve the problem right there. Bring him on down. And he's going to be well ahead here. Let's see. He's going to count this situation. What do we got? We got 10, 11 times 72, 84, 87 for white. 42, 66, 106, 118. What did I say? 87? 118? Can that be right? Yeah. Yeah, it's he's got a big race lead, so it's a cube. Yeah, I got it like 8,700. I had like 31 or something. It's a bunch of pips. Yeah, I think I counted 87, so maybe I missed it by 10. Both of y'all come back because it's 118.97, so it's 21. I'd got it at 87 and 118 and was thinking 31, but obviously was 10 off. Okay, so if in fact I didn't notice it, but if if Ergin moved the 5 aces, it didn't help him. So we're 11-11, four-way. So continue on. Getting short matched. You know, they both have to be aware. You know, a Gammon 2 cube is matched, so have to be a bit cautious here. 5-4. How's Brandon going to step up? I think he steps up, but he's going to go for the gusto again. You know, recall that this 4-way score, of course, he gets hit, so that throws a bit of the advantage the other direction. But at this 4-way score, it's only a Gammon 2 cube away from the match. So they're both fully aware of that, and you're going to try to take advantage of it if they can, and not get taken advantage of if they can manage to do that as well. 3-2, so that's going to be, well, he could make the 3 or make the 5. Typically, you want to make them in order, but he doesn't necessarily want to give up the 8 either. So maybe he does make the 3. You know, alternatively, across the board, he could make the 20, 21. Justin Knoll, I think he might have left, but he's talking again. That's, you know, the 21's not a bad option either. Kind of mesh offense and defense here. Okay, over on stream 2 on the Ace Point YouTube channel, Justin Boer and Jonah Seawald have just started in a rebuy match, the match of shame, as it were. We've all been there, though. God knows I've had to rebuy a few times. And it's always nice to have the rebuy option. There, Ergin is keeping Brandon going backwards here. Going to hit him again? He says, why not? I'm in this deep. I may as well keep paddling. And he gets hit again, so I think he's going to move on out with that checker now. No, he's going to hit 2. So now this, here again, this four-way score, we'll see what happens. I don't think, you know, Ergin's got 6 of Brandon's back, but he's not in a position to even think about cubing, I don't think. Now here, he could make the deuce point, but he could make the bar, and I think the bar in front of the 5 checkers might be the more advantageous structure. Yeah, I thought making the 5 was correct back there, Jonah, because he just keeps getting punished on that 5. You know, every time he slides it, he gets hit on it. So had he taken the opportunity to make it several rolls ago, he might have eliminated a lot of the pain that he's been going through. Okay, so at some point, there he gets hit again. Brandon needs a second anchor up there and try to withstand the storm. Well, that's a good way to rationalize it, Tim. It's just not so much a rebuy, it's starting fresh after a practice round. Except that practice round cost you, well, the rebuy is probably half price. I don't even know what the entries are here. The rebuy, that loss probably cost him $250 or something like that. Looking at.
So that's what.
Oh, okay. Justin Boer, who's playing Jonah in that rebuy round. Justin Boer lost to Ronald Loero, good friend of ours from Venezuela, very good player. First time out of Venezuela post-pandemic and all. He said he hadn't been out of the country in 4 years. Very good player. He plays a lot on our Ace Point jackpots. He's come to Texas a few times in the past. Kind of a famous guy. You might not recognize the name, but you'll recognize the game. He was Mochi's opponent in the famous Mochi Snake game in San Antonio about 8 or 9 years ago. Probably has as many views as any individual backgammon game in history, I guess. Mochi got a late hit, walked a 6 prime all the way around the board against Loero, and then unfortunately lost in the end. And but it was just a incredible game to watch. You can find that. You can Google that one pretty easily and find it. But Ron Loero was the opponent of Mochi in that game, that match. It was at DMP, and they were both, I think they started that game, which was an extremely long game, because Mochi snaked a 6 prime all the way around the board. But one of them started the final game, it was DMP. One of them started with 7 seconds, and one started with 10 seconds. So they played that entire long, complicated game with no time. One of the classic backgammon games of all time, in my opinion. Okay, so again, here we are, four-way, and Brandon is going to come down and make that 10-point. Four-way. So they're both. It's kind of a volatile position again, and they're both going to be dancing around the. The potential of cubes and gammons for matches. So it's this is where it really gets interesting in some of these matches. Okay, so this is. Hey, Ronald. I was just talking about you, that you'd won your match, and I was also telling people that you were the opponent in the famous game with Mochi, the snake game, that's been watched 100,000 times on YouTube or something. I'm sorry? Well, that's good. You won, so you don't have to play again until tomorrow, huh? Okay. So, okay, so this is interesting. Again, they're both four-way, and that, this is a lot of volatility out there. Now, Ergin's going to be strained to play a 5 here. He plays, I would have, well, I don't know. I would have been almost tempted to hit on the 3, but he plays to the deuce. Okay, Tara's kind of filling me in on some results here. Kazaros beat Jeff Spencer. Neil Kazaros beat Jeff Spencer. Chris Knapp beat Al Hodis. You'll recognize a lot of key names. This being Las Vegas, and it's tougher with the time zones and all. Some of these weekend tournaments, and so forth. It's tougher for people going east to west. So don't have a lot of East Coast representation this week here. Okay, so there's two up if he wants to do it that way. Again, just incredibly volatile position on both sides. He's going to hit one and make a point and try to end this swapping game and get to a moving forward game. Now, this is volatile enough, and I think he has structure enough that this would be a hard cube for Brandon to take, I think. I thought he had to hit twice, too, Matt. Good call from Matt. I'll always defer to Matt's better judgment. Yeah, 300 error, Greg says, so that was huge. Oh, 4-3. Okay, so now he's got two up. Yeah, wow, I'm not sure about this. Ace-6, so he gets the second anchor. But, when do you got to make the bar? Just got to. Now the question is, when does? And I know that this is unusual positions and circumstances, but when does he tempted to send this thing? Because there's risk in it for him, but there's more risk in it for Brandon, perhaps, because if he were to get gammon on the 2 cube, that would be the match. Okay, he's going to run with that. What's Brandon can he do? He's got a hit. There's a hit back. Now Brandon had better perform here by making a second anchor. He gets it. Now, does he want it on the 24 or the 21? He's going to take it on the 21. Now, Ergin is contemplating the cube, and this is he's going to roll on, it appears. Pick up yet another checker, which, maybe he's right. I guess it's right, but it does give him the potential of that Ace Point anchor as well. So again, he's contemplating, and this is that, this is probably right play, I guess. I mean, you could play on and perhaps try to win a natural gammon. You could hope that Brandon takes this and try to win a gammon for 4, or you could cash. Wow, this is interesting. Yeah, MCG, a clear take, he said. And that's one thing I've been, and I haven't watched. I've streamed a couple of Brandon's matches in the past, and maybe even played him a time or two. But I've been fairly impressed with his game here today. He's certainly not been timid in putting it into play, taking cubes and putting it into play. This is with how much? Yeah, blue was, Tara said 53% when he sent that cube. So there he gets hit. Hey, this is going to be, this is going to get tougher and tougher here. Yeah, I might have let him play, Matt. Matt said maybe that was 2011. And oh, there's a nice shake, but so what's he do with that, though? He steps up, hits, and then steps up, I think. Yeah, I step up with the pair, keep them paired. Look out, a dance by Brandon. So now 5-2. That's awkward. So what? He's just going to play 8-1. KG has joined the room. Hello, Kent. So we've got some heavyweight viewers here, and again, those viewers, in addition to listening to me, you should be reading the chat. I'll comment on some of those, but you got people like MCG and Kent Goulding and Justin Knoll and others commenting here. So take advantage of those perspectives and insights and that experience, and it's a great way to learn a lot of the game. So you can see how these guys are playing in a tournament situation. I can, I'll give my perspective, which isn't the perspective of MCG and Jonah and Kent perhaps, but you can also follow their comments and perspectives as well. So I think Tara put that in, and you said 20 to 18 and hit is right, and that's what Kent was suggesting. Tara's putting in positions occasionally here. She's working on her transcription skills while we're doing this. So 23-18 and 6-4 is apparently the correct play, and as Kent says, it's probably the most fun play too. Keep the audience involved and enthralled here. Yeah, that Matt makes the point, doing something that does 2 or 3 good things is better than one semi-good thing. And he kind of split the baby. He didn't do either. Okay.
Need some help, Bill?
Sure, Ray. Sit down. We got Mr. Ray Fogerland joining us. Tara's going to rotate the camera here a little bit.
Oh, yeah. She's got to get me in there. All right.
Did you win your match?
4-point match. Yeah, I did.
Okay, congrats.
Otherwise, I'd be steaming.
Otherwise,
So
you'd
what's
be.
going on here?
This is four-way with a 2 cube in play.
And somebody's playing a back game?
Yeah. Mr. Macklin.
Brandon. All right, well, he's not going to get too stressed. This is not the kind of game where you get gammon too much. But any back game, it's not a bargain at 11 away. I mean, 4 away. So, interesting thing about this score is that the take point on a 4 cube is much higher.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can pass, and it's about 33%, something like that. So,
This is funny. I like this setup because if you lose in the rebuy round, if you lose a streamed match, you have to walk right behind us here, the walk of shame, going back to the rebuy table.
and then
And I'm
Tara
like,
can
"Oh,
do
there
a
you go."
close-up on the guy's face and
I said,
see if he's saying any foul language.
Watch Jonah walking behind me here in a minute as he's heading over to the rebuy table.
Well, he's not going to be too unhappy because he won that.
Yeah, he won that
grand in the
slot.
casino.
Yeah. If y'all didn't, well, this remains a extremely volatile position here.
Ergin's all stripped out. I almost would make White a favorite in this game now.
2-1, he's going to make the ace.
And he's going to be totally stripped again.
He's played off the 8.
Oh, well, that was good. He got some extra spare. That was much better than our stupid play. Now, Brandon should just hold court. He shouldn't. I don't think he should break the 9 point. Should hold that. And just slot the 3 point, I think, huh? He's taking his time. He's going to squeeze the most out of it.
Yeah, they've both got plenty of time, and this could well be the last game with that 2 cube.
I don't think I would break this. And you play to the 8 instead of slotting the 3. Okay, yeah, that holds all the anchors. You don't want to give up some jokers in these kind of situations. Okay. This is interesting.
Yeah, this is
That's not a bad play at all right there.
Yeah, it keeps it indirectly containing those 2 checkers there.
Oh, that's going to strip out
pay
some
now,
stuff.
right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
he was able to, okay.
Boom, 7. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, now this is going to get interesting. When does
Yeah, the
Brandon
take point
send it back?
Take point is 33%. Brandon, this is the weakness of his game, is he hasn't played a lot of matches, so he doesn't know the match equities, and he may have missed a big double there.
Brandon's much more the money player than the match player, but
and he'll be the first one to tell you that.
yeah, absolutely.
See, the thing is, Blue has a take point that's around 33, 34.
I thought on this shake, he might have sent the cube, but
from Blue's standpoint, I mean, he's not really liking the getting hit with the fly shot, but he's a ton up in the race still.
Mm-hmm.
Depends. It just depends on whether he thinks he's going to win at a third of the time or not. But Brandon didn't put the question to him, so he gets to roll on and hope for 2-6 from the bar. Has anybody ever rolled that before?
Rarely. You seem to monopolize that role.
Hey, I have to give up backgammon. I was playing John Vitor, and he rolled double 6s 2 times in a row, and I said, if you roll another set of 6s, I'm quitting backgammon forever, and I'll be damned. He didn't do it. So this is my last tournament. I want to say farewell to all you people.
But you're going to give it your best shot on the way out, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Brandon, you gotta grow some here, son. There it is.
He just waited. Oh, I think we're gonna
I
probably
think he's gonna
pass.
pass this, but we shall see. That's one thing, and I was mentioning to the people earlier, and Brandon is not a timid player. I mean, he's taking some.
No, and
tough
if you
cubes.
play him in a money game, that cube gonna get. I mean, he finds ways to get it up there. I mean, if there's a gammon in a money game with Brandon, the next game has an automatic. Did he miss any doubles on the previous two shakes, or was he right to wait? Okay.
Okay, so 2-way, 4-way, Brandon.
Now this is one of the scores that I'm going to talk about tonight. And
Yeah, I was telling people earlier, and we'll plug you again here at 7:30 local time, 7:30 Pacific. We've got a Ray Fogerland getting in the zone lecture, which portends
now,
to be
interestingly enough, at this damn score here, the trailer is almost always in the zone, and the leader's doubling zone is like 1%, from 81 to 82 or something like that. I have that on my so like the trailer's window is pretty wide. He can double almost whenever he's in advantage in the game.
yeah.
And the
Well, I was telling earlier, and again, that this lecture is going to be streamed tonight, that Matt might want to watch, because it involves.
oh no, we don't want any experts there, because I'll be giving out at the end of the lecture. We're going to have a fox hunt, like an old-fashioned fox hunt, where I'm going to send, I'm going to release the hounds, and they're going to go out and find all the world-class players, and beat them using my strategy.
Okay.
So I'm
Now,
I'm discouraging the experts from coming and watching.
He's
No.
just teasing you right now, Tim. The lecture is at 7:30 tonight, which is in about 4 hours.
All right.
Okay, this is
This was not exactly.
Oh, this is interesting.
It was something of a brick. I guess he could hit, and that would take away half the shake. But this is pretty. Oh, that's that. Okay, I didn't even see that.
Make
I'm
9
not too
point,
far
Matt
awake.
says. Yep.
Yep, that's it. Matt's there.
Matt's here.
Oh, and you were telling him to come and listen.
I'm telling him to.
Yeah, ignore Bill, Matt. Anyway, Matt proved himself, but I am going to talk about him a little bit since he's the best player in the galaxy.
Yeah, the lecture is here on Galaxy YouTube channel. This channel, 7:30 p.m. tonight. Live lecture, live streamed lecture.
And there'll be many references to the galaxy, because that's the place where everybody plays nowadays.
And Mr. Kungar is still atop the heap there.
Yeah, he's number one, and Victor's number two. But I'm going to let Matt's nickname out so that people can avoid him in the future. But the Matt played Victor and lost, and then he went to second in the galaxy. But then he got a couple of matches against Mochi, the world's the best player, consensus, and he won the match and the PR against the world's best player, so he once again became the best in the galaxy.
Okay, now this is interesting.
Yeah, it
What are
is.
you going to do, Ray? I'm going to play that 2 off the 10, I think.
Yeah, that fills up some builders. You can be a little bit patient here. Hitting is just a little bit big, but he's going to maybe start it. But breaking the 9 or the 10 point isn't that big of a deal, because it's not blocking anything anyway.
Right. Okay, here we go.
That was the right play. All right.
2-way, 4-way.
But he got doubled, so let's see. If you're going to make that play, you're supposed to be taken, right? If you're going to be brave. And Brandon's not afraid. There's no real gammons in this, so why not?
MCG says tough play and good cube.
Did he
Okay.
say take or pass?
He hasn't issued an opinion on that yet.
Well, I don't have to issue an opinion if the best player in the galaxy does. So it's a very small double, and it must be a monster take, right?
Yeah, humongous take. Matt just had said take with an exclamation point. I think that means big.
That's one of the other things I'm going to teach people, that it's better to take. And I'm going to give some examples tonight. With the last tournament where everybody was passing cubes. Well,
I'll tell you, like I said a couple of minutes ago, Brandon has demonstrated the willingness to take some really tough cubes in this match, and he may be at that juncture again.
Right. Well,
Although this is a big take.
Yeah,
apparently.
this is not really tough. But if you're brave enough to make that play, then usually you're brave enough to do it. Now, most people, if they're going to pass this, are behind a 5 prime, they would have passed it already. So Brandon's trying to talk himself into it, but he talked himself out of it. All right.
Okay, so two away. So likely this is the
And that was
last game.
And that was a cube. No, it's 13-12.
Oh, it's 13-12. That's right. I'm sorry. I
Yeah,
was
Brandon
thinking it
could
was
pass and
13-13.
be up. But the
Two-way, three-way.
that was an example of Ergin sending over a cube when he was barely in the zone.
600 blunder.
And that's a very dangerous place to be, because if they take it, you made a mistake. But if they pass, they made a monster blunder. So
Yeah.
that's the problem. It's a
600.
dangerous place to be, is doubling a little bit early. But it's risky there, but there can also be some great rewards when you take those risks. Look at that, Bill. What was that number?
2-6 from the bar.
Oh, my
But
gosh.
it wasn't what it might have been. Yeah, you like to save your 2-6s from
No.
the bar for when they're really needed.
I don't know. I just call it out whenever it happens, And even if it's only the 6 point that's open, it's still a 2-6 from the bar. But
Okay, so here we go.
six four.
6-4. Yeah.
Leading. You want to see what?
Okay, over on
Justin?
stream 2, Justin Bohr is leading Jonah 4-1. But look here, Brandon's done burn quite a bit of time in the last game or two.
Yeah, but he doesn't get stressed about it. I think if I was going to leave a blot, I would have cleared the midpoint. The midpoint's not as important to hold
Boy, that one.
when you got the bar point. That was a good joker for. All right. Now Ergin's got a better board. He's up in the race, and he's got threads. More threads, and Brandon's got kind of a weak board, so
Might be a
everything.
recipe for a cube and a passer thing.
Well, I mean, you definitely want to put some pressure on. I don't exactly know what the race is, but see, Brandon's got 75 sitting on the bar points, and 21. Blues up by 11. Okay, race position and threats are all Blues away, and he's at a score where he should be doubling a little bit early. So I'd be really surprised if this wasn't big double and a take. Okay. But he didn't send it. All right. A lot of times people just won't spend some stuff. That's kind of poor match management. You want to be the guy that gets to 15 first.
Right.
You're
Well,
and a lot
is,
of your cube actions should be.
This is going to be an
tailored towards that.
interesting play here.
What is it? 4-2.
Yeah.
All right. He tries to consolidate his racing advantage, but and Brandon can hit. A lot of times when I don't have a cover, I don't hit, but usually it's wrong. Just hit them and then take your chances. What did the computer say, Tara? Okay. So it's a little early. He's not ready to win yet, so he should just be filling those in. Then the bar point will give him plenty of contact later on. And he's only got 40 seconds left, so now he's going to have to play a little bit faster.
He may have another game or two to play there also. He's
maybe that was part of the reason why Ergin waited on the cube, because he doesn't really want to have 2 points riding on games where that guy's only got 40 seconds left to play.
Right.
Always another consideration. I don't know if Ergin's up enough. In a normal game, he could have a cube here if he's up enough in the race, and then just wait to roll his set, And at this score, it would be good, but, I think probably he's thinking about the fact that Brandon only has 40 seconds. But he's he's gonna be hating life if he rolls double fours or double fives and gins it out, right? Or twos or threes.
Mm-hmm.
And he's, at some point he's just going to get down to, if he wins this game, it's just going to be 13-13, and then it's going to be anybody's ball game. Why not send it over and be a favorite in the match?
Getting to be
He'll
who
just
blinks
playing
first.
from the 8, I think. Oh, I didn't like that.
Okay. Whoa.
Uh-oh, there's a set, but it was the wrong one.
Now
All right.
Now we're down
The
to
next 6 is going to be bad news.
who blinks first here.
Yeah, Brandon should save his 6 and slot the ace, I guess.
Yeah, he's
Those checkers don't fit on the
no,
board.
they don't
huh?
fit. Next match, you might try to get them play the other way. See if it fits that way.
We're gonna
It won't fit the other way either. All right, it's a 6 rolling contest that nobody wants to win.
Who blinks?
I would go 2-1. There you go, Brandon. Hold saving a 5.
Matt said it seemed like a whole string of missed cubes, but
Yeah. Blue should have been doubling it several times.
he was way up.
Yeah, and just a match score consideration. He should be sending over the cube a little bit earlier than normal because he wants to get to 14. He don't want to get to 13.
For whatever reason, Justin, the checkers do not fit. That is not an optical delusion.
This is a double. Now he's sending it. All right. That proves a lot of those other ones. Oh, but it's just P5-0.
Uh-oh.
That's a shot. Now Brandon's free rolling for the match here. If he can get a 6. Well, if he leaves 2 blots, that's 20 shots, and if he does this, it's 17. P5-0. Oh, they both rolled it. All right. Well, uh-oh. Ergin didn't lose his market, but he hadn't lost his guy yet either. So now this is really tight. But Brandon's going to have a gap on the 4-point for the remainder.
Remainder of time.
That was a pretty great shake, 6-5. And Brandon can afford to miss once and be, oh my goodness. That's how you do it. That's how they play it down in Baltimore, man. You got a gap on the 4-point, just keep rolling 6-5.
Just to know, if the checkers don't fit, you must have quit.
If the checkers don't fit, it's probably a FM board. No, I'm just teasing. I'm giving a bad time to the sponsors. We really appreciate those guys, right? Those boards out there for us. And oh my goodness.
Out.
Oh, look at
Okay,
this.
Brandon's got one shake.
Did they
here.
both roll a set of threes?
No.
Oh no.
Oh, man.
Lost by 1 pip. That was a huge equity swing right there, Bill.
It was. And he's playing on 38 seconds, too.
That was grande, as we say down in
Oh,
Mexico.
Dimitri has entered the room.
Hello, Dimitri. He'll learn something from my lecture tonight.
Yeah, Dimitri Ray says don't miss his live streamed lecture tonight at 7:30 Pacific time.
If he thought the last one was funny, wait till he sees this one. Oh, look at this. There's the best shake. That ruins 2-6 from the bar for the rest of the game.
Okay, now Brandon's going to be
He's going to play
jam and go here.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
All right.
Jonah's luck may be limited to the casino this weekend. it seems.
Well, he had so much luck in there that he doesn't deserve any inside in here on the backgammon tournament. He's making more money than anybody who wins a tournament this weekend.
For y'all who didn't hear earlier, we were laughing. Apparently, Jonah Seawald won $10,500 on a 75-cent slot pool last night. So, not a bad payoff.
Well, Jonah's been lucky before. He got an $8,000 royal on a multi-strike machine one time. When the regular royal was worth $1,000. All right, let's see. Ergin is rolling like he wants to win this
two
match.
of his choice
This-
he could hit.
Oh yeah, you can hit. That's about put a second guy behind the 4-prime. What else would you do? Oh my God!
Didn't want to play with the blots, I guess.
What? I don't know. You can't get worried about a 2-5-6 board.
That's a great shake by Brandon.
Yeah. And that would have been nothing. And see there's the thing that he was worried about happened anyway. Brandon's got 30 seconds and he's managing it pretty well. Oh my God. Okay, well this could get bloody, this right here, Bill. No, hit. Why didn't he blitz him? That was like a perfect number, right?
Yeah, and
He needs 2 points.
the G.
Absolutely. That was a blunder. I can't see that. 3-1?
3-1. Well, they get over there in that logo, and it's hard to see them sometimes.
Yeah, all right.
But these are our famous magic dice, no glare. Huh?
Oh, man. Ergin anchors up because Brandon missed him, but he was short on time, so it's easy to mess some stuff up sometimes. I think maybe he's supposed to make the 10 point.
Make the 10, huh?
And he's wasting time. There, he did it. Okay.
6-1.
Saw it late.
I hit the clap.
Ergin's
It's your room.
maybe question the play. 6-5. Brandon lived through that. I think you play the 6 across and the 3 in, don't you? Yeah. All right.
Is that right?
This is going to be hard
Not legal.
coming into, Ray.
This has got to
There's a shot right there. Yeah. By the time I say it's going to be hard to come into, he left a shot.
Yeah, well, wasn't going to be any cakewalk, that's for sure. And Brandon wouldn't mind at this score leaving something while, let's say, if Ergin slots a point in his board, so there's a penalty if he gets hit back. You know, if he hits a shot, and you can come back and also roll well and maybe win a
These
sneaky gammon.
they've gotten their money's worth on this match. We started right at 1:30, so 2.5 hours in.
All right. Now Brandon should be able to play pretty safe after this one. I still owe 6-5. There we go. I cleaned it up pretty nice.
Yeah, but you still got the 2 loners out there and on the
Ergin,
mid.
ready? Okay. It's the string of this rubber band is stretched to the max. Somebody's going to get snapped in a minute.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. What kind of peanut butter do you like, Bill?
Crunchy?
Crunchy. Well, Brandon will feel better about that, but the bad news is you're going to have to play another game with 28 seconds
Yeah.
on this clock. But you want to get your money's worth at these things. Oh, look at that shake.
That's pretty nice.
I think I would have brought the 2 in instead of, now he's got 2 points to clear in front of the anchor.
Yeah, and you knew he was probably going to have to leave the 10. Nice shake, though.
Yeah, that was. My play
go
could have
to
been wrong,
6,
but when I get short on time, I try not to think so much and just do some stuff. All right. Not coming home perfect.
Look out.
Uh-oh.
Just-
Ergin switches game plans.
Just when you thought it was safe to go outside, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Just when you thought it was safe,
don't
the
stay in
damn
there.
H-bomb falls on your head.
Just run and win the match sometimes. And contact's not favoring you anyway, so I would just run and you always get to win the race if you outroll a guy. So your next shake is double 6s. You don't want to be on the bar when you throw it. All right, Brandon's definite favorite, but Ergin's got a few shakes that could tighten up the race. How are these guys playing?
She's just been
Oh,
put
you're
in
not, okay. You're just putting
position. She hadn't
positions.
been.
Okay. Is anybody in the audience running? these
Nobody,
things?
to my knowledge, has been
Oh,
transcribing.
Brandon ended this game. Pretty much takes care of the race, and we'll get down to double match point. This next game could be an important one in this match, Bill.
Yeah? Very likely.
Well, it'd be
that looks
interesting if
like,
one of the guys starts out the game with a 6-4 to see how he plays it. What does XG think is the best play with a 6-4 nowadays? Is it out and down or what? It's not making the 2-point and 1-point match.
not in a 1-point match.
No.
I mean, if it's gammon and go, you make the 2 points.
Uh-huh. Okay. Here we go. Place your bets. Brandon, start count.
Betting's closed.
Okay. That's it. The casinos in Vegas like these kind of deals because they get half the people betting on each side and they get 10% of the losers. Oh, my God. 3-6 from the bar. A quick, solid advantage for Brandon.
Something I would roll.
We all think that we're less lucky than we ought to be.
Is there any other way to think?
If I was only a little bit luckier, I would win. I think I would have made the bar point there. See, the 9 and the 3 don't work together. Oh, yeah. So you made the safe play and you got rewarded, richly rewarded. All right. Double threes. 1. Make
2,
the 5
3.
point. Ooh.
Okay. Really? That's probably right.
Okay.
Didn't have many options.
Could have brought one down from the midpoint and leave blots. I like doing that. I like leaving double shots at double match point. It's like makes it more funner. That makes it easier to get into the consolation too. Bang! Oh, that's got to be a pretty good shake, doesn't it? But it really doesn't do much. That 9-point was not working well with the 3-point, but we got to give Brandon a break because he's playing on 24 seconds now.
And falling.
Yeah. Hit it. All right, 20 seconds for Brandon. But he's well up in the race. And he's got a better board. And he's got shots.
What he needs is a 6. Get Wilbur
No,
outside
he wants a
there.
5 or a 2. Ooh, that was a good duplication play, actually. There's a 5.
No.
I don't know. I think I would have maybe went to
Well,
the
it dupes
midpoint.
the 4 this way. Now he's going to get a hit.
In and across. And then he's just got one more thing to worry about. A junior back there on the 24-point. Junior, come on.
Look
oh, my
out.
goodness.
Look out.
Ouch.
That
Does that
covers.
cover?
It covers.
And runs out and leaves only an ace?
Yep.
And leaves a big race favorite. That looks like the play. 1, 2, 3. Maybe he could bring another builder and stay on the 21-point, but it looks like he bring 2 guys out and cover. And he finds it. Brandon is
On the ropes. Oh, but an ace. Okay.
that was a good shot. Ace 3.
3. Okay, Brandon needs to...
4-5? Oh my God, 4-4.
That's going to be nice. Whoa.
It's going to step up and point on him.
Going to point on him and step up. Indeed. That was what you call a nice shake.
Yeah, that's also what you call, I only got 13 seconds left. But that was clearly the best.
36.
Oh my God, Brandon can end it with a 5 here, but no, the dice do not give out 5s. You got to jump that massive
Okay,
3
and it
prime.
hits?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, look at here.
Brandon's got to hit another shot to
Could
win
go
this
either
match.
way. 8. Ooh.
Oh my God, was that? Are these guys clutch?
Like
This is cake.
Stephen Curry
Brandon's-
from the 3-point line there.
Oh.
Okay.
2-5 from the bar.
2-1
2-1
from the bar.
Oh,
Brandon
Now-
doesn't have many more opportunities to roll a 4 here.
no, but he's going to use, well, he's got to use 4s that are duplicated and 1s are duplicated. He needs 4s and 1s on his to get out. and whatever. I don't know. It might be too big to bring down a player from the midpoint because that would give Brandon too much time stuff to smack around. So I'm guessing that 10 to 9 is going to be there. Oh, this can't be it. You got to leave that there.
Ooh, looky here.
He knew something that I didn't know. Now he just roll a 2 and win the game. Cake.
Oh.
3-1. Well, I would have gotten hit.
Flat the
So I would
5.
have just lost in a different way.
Oh, what is this? Okay. Ooh, so close.
Oh, hit it. Hit loose, Brandon, for the crowd. See,
Whoa.
you keep making those safe plays. My play would have worked. That one didn't. The safe play. AC doozy. Brandon hasn't
Look at
missed
this.
anything in the last week.
Now Brandon could use a little of that 3-4 action. What is that? I can't even see it.
Slot
6.
it. Slot it. Slot that point.
Well, now there's only 11 numbers to get to the instead of 13.
Again, my play wouldn't have worked.
Oh.
But his play didn't work neither, so I
Uh-oh.
game my.
Uh-oh.
Well, you want a big thing, Bill?
No.
You don't want
I've
a
got
big thing? All right. I want a little bigger thing myself.
Always been the
That's pretty
desire of
strong.
people with small things. Okay.
Brandon said, "What am I going to need? A 5 or a 1?" So he lined him up.
Oh man, this is crazy.
Now Ergin didn't want to leave a blot before. Is he going to do? He's got to do
better
it
now.
He better do
He
it
doesn't
now.
have a
There it
choice.
is. All right. Ergin's a favorite.
Okay, looks like Rosie O'Donnell over in the wings.
Oh,
here.
look, wait. No, look at that. He had to make the ace point and leave the 5 point open. Well, Brandon's ahead of the race probably for 3 more shakes. And he can't really slot, so Brandon just gets a 5, and this is going to be...
Oh, Brandon can't find a 5.
No, he can't. 6-2. Okay, Brandon, now's the time for the maximum drama 5. Nope.
Now the ultimate maximum drama 5. Boom.
All right. Now a little yo action. We're 5-4.
Okay. Boom. You gotta wait.
Yep.
You gotta wait. It's 5-1-6-1.
Yep.
All you can do. 2 off. Rip.
Yeah, I think so too.
Whoa!
Brandon.
Look out!
He does soft the boys. I think Brandon might. No, he's not ahead in the race. He's going to need another set, I guess.
He's
But
got
he's-
the 2 voids up there. Uh-oh.
Hey, boys.
That's it. All right.
Okay. Okay, we're going to go to stream 2 in a minute here. That's congratulations to Ergin. Condolences to Brandon, and we're going to get to see Brandon do the shuffle of shame behind us here, heading to the rebuy table.
With his head hung low. All right, Bill.
Thank
I
you,
might
Ray.
go get a snack.
7:30. We'll see you back here, man.
Okay, brother. It'll be fun.
What's up, Mister? I mean, you want to be on TV? Yeah, Tara will be back out here in a minute. She can. Ami Alblanari.
Yes. So basically,